Hey, it's Michael with the Y, and you're listening to My Reality Recap, the only podcast where I get to talk about all of my feelings towards the shows that I love. Today we're going to talk about the fashion exorcism that happened on America's Next Top Model, the gender swap on Face Off, the intimate challenge on Project Runway, and of course a little bit of Big Brother. I hope you're ready for this, so put your glasses on and get back to reality with me. My special guest today is NADI.
Hello.
Hey NADI, how's it going?
It's going good, Michael.
Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah.
So you are a recording artist and a fashion photographer.
I do dabble, if I don't say so myself.
Do you love it?
I do love it.
Well, what do you love more, music or photography?
Music, by far.
Well, I wish you would have said photography because I think we should start talking about America's Next Top Model right now.
Oh, that's okay. We can still talk about it. Let's dive in. I'm dying to talk about this.
Oh, I see what you did there. Dying.
Yeah.
So this week on Top Model, they did a fashion exorcism, which is why we're talking about dying in the fashion industry. But before we start talking about the photo shoot, we need to talk about their challenge.
Yes.
So their challenge this week was the Simply Be challenge, and Kelly Catrone was the host of it.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Hostess.
the hostess.
Yes.
Is that what it's called when there's like the person there to tell them what their challenge is?
I don't know what that's called, but she was there nonetheless.
Kelly Catrone was there.
She's our favorite.
We love Kelly.
I do.
Mama Wolf is the best.
Ooh.
Ooh. And also with her was Whitney Thompson, winner of Cycle 10 of America's Next Top Model, the very first and only plus-size winner.
We like to say voluptuous.
I mean, it was nice to see her because they usually don't bring back past people except the last cycle's winner or whatever. So, I mean, Whitney, I still love you.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so for the Simply Be challenge, they were put up into groups and then they had to do a Simply Be campaign and they had to do a photo shoot with Whitney. And so all the different types of Simply Bees were Simply Be Fearless, Simply Be Seductive, Simply Be Unique, Simply Be Sassy, and Simply Be Heard. And so each one had a different theme. So, NADI, if you were on the season, what would your Simply Be be?
I think I would say simply be fierce because I'm not afraid to wear stupid stuff anywhere and rock it. Like the fur jacket that I just got or the jacket from the 90s.
Wait,
that's like neon colors.
Is it real fur or is it fake fur?
I think it's fake. I would have gotten the real one, but I don't want fleas because I have a cat and that scares me. So, anyway, it's a faux fur, so for all you PETA fans. And yeah, simply be fierce. What would you be, Michael?
I'm going to take one that they used. I would simply be fearless because I'm fearless at everything I do. Like when I'm at a bar, if I want to talk to a boy, I'm going to go up and talk to that boy.
It's true.
If I want to go dancing against the mirror by myself when I'm drunk, I'm going to go dance by the mirror when I'm drunk.
It happens.
Like I'm just fearless in all these different ways, so that's what I would do. Simply be fearless.
I agree.
Okay, so they did the challenge and they ended up picking Simply Be Heard, which was Justin and Niall. And Niall ended up being the winner. And Niall is the very handsome deaf guy this season.
Yes, he's dashing.
He is so dashing. Niall, you get me.
I thought you were going to say, if you can hear me right now.
Oh, no.
He's deaf for all those people who follow the other ones.
Okay, but still, Niall. Okay, so now let's talk about some of the drama before we get to the photo shoot. So there's couples hooking up, and because every time they brought boys in, that's what seems to happen.
Yep, soon they're going to have America's Next Top Pregnant Model. It's going to happen. The first pregnancy in the house.
You think that's really going to happen?
I hope not.
I
feel like they supply him with birth control.
Probably. On Big Brother and other shows, they give him condoms and everything.
Yeah, I don't know.
So they probably have enough stuff.
Probably.
But, so the big fight that happened this time was between Mame and Hadassah. And I probably butchered their names, but whatever.
No, I think
it's Mame and Hadassah, right?
Mame reminds
They're
me
both
of
the pageant girls. They're both pageant girls. They hate each other.
Cat
and
fights.
So they always butt heads. And the thing that set them off this time was Hadassah was taking a shower and Mame wanted to brush her teeth or go to the bathroom or something. And so she walked in and they just blew up on each other while Hadassah's naked showering. And so they're screaming through the glass. And I'm just what is going on?
Yeah.
But I mean, they have to give some drama.
They did. I couldn't tell if they edited it that way or...
And I mean, the only other drama that happens is Courtney. Poor Courtney.
Poor Courtney.
She's always like bullied and...
But she's always weeping. She's like a little moaning Myrtle inside the house. But I love her. She is like a
she and
Myrtle. Lacey are my favorites.
I always tend to go for the girls who are the shy, awkward ones that cry.
The outcasts. Because that's what you are, Michael. You're an outcast.
And I own it. I know
do.
I'm an outcast. I only have a couple friends. I can count them off on one hand. But it's true.
Don't admit that.
I have a lot of friends. I can't count them all on one hand. Is that better?
No.
Whatever. But I don't know. So they just did the whole drama between those people and little Mame and Justin because they are hooking up. And okay, let's talk about the photo shoot. Okay. It was a fashion exorcism. So they gave everybody weird, creepy contacts to look like Bayo.
Bello.
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 Yeah, Bayo. The guy who naturally has pretty eyes.
Yeah.
And they had lots of looked like baby powder, right? It wasn't. What did you say?
It was like some kind of powder, but it was contoured.
Yeah, it was like really cool makeup, and they were all wearing the same type of thing, and they were in they were harnessed from the ceiling.
They had harness. I didn't. I thought it was cool, but I couldn't tell what they were selling.
I couldn't tell what the point of the photo shoot was.
Contacts or baby powder. I'm not really sure.
I don't know. I mean, I like some of the photos.
Yeah.
And so, who was your favorite photo this week?
Lacey, of course.
Why?
Who is yours? Because she rocks everything. If you guys check her out on Instagram, which I highly recommend, she is rocking it. I wouldn't be surprised if she was the winner because her photos look so professional.
Yes, like I absolutely love Lacey. Whenever she is on the TV screen, I'm just like, oh, like each pose she does, I just, oh.
But it's also the haircut too. It's
the haircut. But she just like works it like everything she does. I'm like, oh, Lacey, I get goosebumps.
Yes. She's like, she's like the Coco Rocha of the. She just dances.
Yeah,
beautiful.
That's a good example.
Yeah.
So I liked Lacey's photo too, and I also liked Niall's.
Of course. Which there's another Instagram page you should check out if you want some eye candy.
Yes.
Suck on it.
Ugh. I'm making so many noises when I talk about these models. Like, ugh. So they ended up picking Niall as best photo this week. So he is the first person to win the challenge and get best photo. So kudos to him.
Yeah,
I hope he sticks around a long time. And Lacey got second best photo. The bottom two this week were Courtney, which is the awkward girl that we love,
Travesty.
and Ava, who 2 weeks ago, I think it was 2 weeks ago, she had best photo.
Oh, she's the mullet girl, isn't
she? She's
Speaking of travesties, that hair is a travesty.
Yeah, I mean, I can kind of see what they were trying to do with it, but it just didn't work, I don't think. Like, I felt like she was so much better when she had her hair, and they took it away, and then she just went down.
Bad. It's like a bad Halloween wig.
I don't know, but in the end, Ava was the one that was sent home. And I kind of feel bad for her because I wonder if it was the haircut that
she was crying though. She was working the waterworks.
She was, but they always cry when they get.
They do, but
and this is the first
Courtney
time
wasn't crying.
This is the first time in like 3 or 4 cycles that they haven't brought somebody back because they're not doing the social media thing anymore. So nobody's coming back. So since they did the college edition, they always brought somebody back. And now they're not doing that. And so now they're gone, they're gone.
I'm glad for that because then it makes them work a little bit harder, I think.
I kind of
Not that they don't already work hard. They're all hard workers, but...
I know, but I kind of like that dynamic too because...
I guess though nobody that I've loved has gotten out. So I'm not to that point where, I hope... Or I wish they could bring
Courtney almost got out.
She did, but I knew she wasn't going to.
But like if Lacey gets out randomly...
I'm going to stop watching that.
Okay, so who is if you had to pick one person to win, who would it be?
Lacey.
Okay.
Yes.
And I would say Lacey too. I feel
Lacey,
like she just needs...
It goes Lacey,
Niall, yes.
Courtney. Although Niall's kind of boring because it's just like he's just a pretty face. Like Lacey can do all this weird stuff. Courtney is very Vogue-esque, like she would
but she's
easily
so shy and
cover
awkward in
L.
person.
Right, and then Niall is like a diesel guy.
Right, so I feel like Niall at least stick around for a little bit. Like, what are they going to do when they get to the commercials with him? Like, how is that going to work?
I don't know.
That's what I was trying to figure out. I was like, what do they do? They never had to deal with this before.
I don't know. Maybe they're not going to do it.
Well, we will have to
we know they're not
see
gonna sing
when the time
songs this
comes.
one like they have on other seasons.
Thank God. I hated that. Okay, so I feel good about talking about Top Model. Do you? We're good?
I feel great.
Okay, I want to talk about Face Off for a little bit. I know not many people love that show or even know what it is, but I absolutely love it. I think it is genius.
Yes.
And so I want to talk about it because this is
I
my
love this
reality
show.
recap. Okay, so Face Off is, for those of you that don't know, is the show on Sci-Fi where they do crazy special makeup effects and they do stuff for like movies and weird wacky stuff that's like really creepy, or it's like beauty makeups or paint, like they
Thing Mrs. Doubtfire. One of the judges is V. Neal, who made Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yes, and another judge does like the crazy outfits for Lady Gaga. Like they do the weird stuff like Hunger Games, like they do it all. So this week they had a gender swap challenge, and so they had to turn their male models into female characters, and it was Shakespeare themed because back in the day all of Shakespeare's people were men playing women. And it was a focus challenge, so they just had to focus on the face for all their sculpts, not like the whole body thing. And so the best this week was Stevie and Meg, and Meg ended up winning it with her Queen Mab fairy insect thing.
It was amazing.
It was very good. Like it looked like a legit woman. Like
It did. It was beautiful.
so good. And the worst this week was Ricky and Evan. And Ricky ended up being the one who got eliminated with his Ophelia. I don't know if that's the right name or not for the character, but
It was bad.
it was really bad.
Even the girl who didn't put prosthetics on and just did a drag makeup was better. I think it might have looked more manly than the actual model.
Right.
It was so bad.
And the thing that I was surprised about with him was Ricky's boyfriend does drag in real life.
Right.
So
he should know the angles and stuff.
And he ended up flopping and got out right away. So my favorites to win Face Off this season are Meg, because she wears a snapback, and you know I love to rock me a snapback. I also like Jordan, and he's also won a couple challenges. Right. And I like Jasmine. So I would really like to see one of those three take the title in the end.
Maybe for All Stars they'll come back. Well, maybe they'll become stars.
Maybe. Well, maybe. I have certain people I already want to see for All Stars.
Yeah.
These people aren't really on that list yet.
Like Alana.
Yes, like Alana. Okay, so I want to talk about Project Runway because I just finished doing some crafts before we started doing this. And so I'm like in like a sewing mood.
Yeah.
And so for Project Runway this week, they had the Heidi Klum Intimates Lingerie Challenge.
Oh, Jesus.
And so Heidi launched a line of lingerie, and so this week's challenge was to create a bra and panty that would be a part of her collection and reproduced and sold with her collection. So it was like a really big deal, so that way they could make some money.
Do you think they get the royalties for that? Or do you think they sell it? I don't know. That's unimportant right now.
I don't know. It's too big of a question for me. So Lindsay is one of my favorites because she wears glasses, and glasses are sexy.
Yes. Glasses are cool.
Glasses are sexy.
Oh, we can't say glasses are cool.
No, it's glasses are sexy.
Okay.
Hashtag glasses are sexy.
Oh, yeah.
She is one of my favorites this season, even though she's kind of boring, but she's a bitch, and I love me a good bitch in glasses. She was holding scissors, and she dropped them, and then she stabbed herself in the hand.
Oh, if I had a penny for all the times I've done that.
You'd have no pennies.
I wouldn't have any pennies.
You wouldn't have any pennies. And like it stabbed her, and she had to go to the hospital and get a stitch in the palm of her hand. Yeah. Like what
that
the heck?
Doesn't usually happen on this show. It's usually Face Off that they get.
They would cut or
sew their fingers.
Yeah, but
nothing
not like
huge.
Scissors.
Ouch.
So I thought that was interesting. I just wanted to point that out because I was like, oh, poor Lindsay. She had to like sew the rest of the day.
Why didn't she just sew a stitch in? She's there.
She had to get a tetanus shot or something too. So another thing before we get to the critiques of these outfits was Blake is the very flamboyant designer this season. He's one of the younger ones too. He didn't know where the vagina was on a woman.
Well,
I mean, he doesn't play around with girls, but I mean, I know a general area.
If you're in like a single sex ed class, they should teach you that.
Right, and so he was trying to make these clothes or the panties, and he had no idea where the vagina was. So he had to keep asking everybody. And then just as a designer, you need to know these things. Like if you're gonna...
Right, and Zach Zach brought it up, and he had a very good point that you should know the female. You should just know the female body because Zach, who is the king of
Zach Posen, one of the
Zach
judges.
Posen, yeah, he's the king of women's ball gowns, and you have to know the body very well. And so he brought up a good point, saying that you need to know if you're wanting to go into women's clothing that you need to know the anatomy.
Right, and especially it's a product that he's missing out on if he can't make everything. He can only make one thing, and you're like a...
Doesn't know where the fucking vagina is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to touch it, but I know where it is. Okay, so getting to the runway, the top looks this week were Swapnil. That's his name. I probably said it wrong too. I'm really bad at names. And he had this really cool, it was like a wedding themed, like, and it was like bondage with straps, and he said it was kind of Madonna-esque, but the judges said it was Khaleesi and the Dragons, which is a Game of Thrones reference, and I just watched that show, and so I caught the reference. I was so excited.
Yeah, I think my favorite part of that was the like satiny, silky cover-up for it. That was pretty.
I mean, it didn't really look like a lingerie thing. It looked more of like a swimsuit thing, I thought. But
Right.
still, compared to a lot of the other people,
Mm-hmm.
it looked like it was intricate. Marlene was another top look. She is the designer who always does architectural stuff.
Geometrical stuff.
And I thought it was really flat. Like the girl...
It made her boobs look like pinpricks.
Like if I was to be a girl and I had boobs and I was in lingerie, I'd want to make them look as big as possible to show them off to my boyfriend or girlfriend. Like I would want to be
Well,
like...
that thing was so tiny it would just cover the nipples.
I know, but still, like, I would just, And so
know.
I'm just like, eh.
Yeah.
I mean, it was nice compared to still some of the other ones, but I was just like, no. And Ashley, the girl with the lavender hair, made lavender, I want to say bathing suit, but it was lingerie.
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it worked.
It was okay.
Yeah. And so the bottom looks this week were Lori, and she had a really cool top.
Yeah.
But the bottoms were awful. Like it rose to like the belly button.
Let me just say,
I don't wear underwear up to my belly button.
Nobody
I don't know
does.
exactly.
Nobody but it's lingerie. It's supposed to be. It's not underwear.
But like up to the belly button.
I have never made a noise when I've been watching the runway. And this week, I made several of those noises with those 90s high-waisted underwear where like the vagina looks 2 feet tall and it just made their legs look long, but holy hell.
Yeah,
Bad.
it was the bads this week were really bad. So another awful one that made me make noises was Blake. He was the one who doesn't know where the vagina is in the girl. But the girl walks out and there was no support for this girl's boobs.
Oh,
they were just flopping.
It was like a jello mold walking down the runway.
Like she walked out and I was like, ooh!
It was bad.
Ooh!
Bad.
Like, I just could not believe that he let that thing go, and he thought it was, like, the best. I mean, the guy has a big head to begin with, but I'm just like, oh my gosh. And then the other bottom look this week was Jake, and it was just, like, a basic thing you could see at Walmart. It had polka dots. I mean, it was done nicely, but it was just so
it was
basic.
basic. It was like Fruit of the Loom underwear.
So, the top looks, the winner from the top looks was Marlene, the flat architectural one.
If the person had boobs, it would look good. But, I mean, these models are like the rejects from Fashion Week, but the step above a mall model. So, I mean, they take what they can get.
And then the eliminated designer this week was Blake. Princess Blake left.
Princess Blake.
And it was probably, I mean, he deserved to go after
He did.
how awful it was.
Like, go study the female body. You don't have to touch it, but study it, and then come back.
So, do you have a favorite to win, or are you still feeling it out?
I'm still feeling it out. Like, because with them, usually with this show, well, in other seasons, it's like, so when somebody's going to win, like, early
or make it
on.
really far. You can
And
tell.
this season, I'm not sure because it's hit or miss.
Right, because
I'm
a lot of
not
the people who have been the
feeling
top
anyone,
looks,
yeah.
the next week they're like in the bottom.
Yeah, what
Like,
do you think?
I still don't really, I mean, I have my favorites. Like, I like Lindsay. I like Kelly.
Right.
I like Edmund.
But
and,
one of them...
which Edmund, I always have this bad part about trying to figure out if somebody's gay or straight, especially if they're a designer. And I could not tell for him for the longest time. But when they were doing this, they were making bras, of course.
Yeah.
And Heidi was like, you should know how to make a bra. You've taken off a couple of them in your time, right? And he was like, haha, yeah, a couple. So I think he's straight.
Oh my god. He's a gay reflector.
But I mean, he doesn't seem very gay.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't have to follow the flamboyant.
I know. I mean, I usually go for guys that are seeming more straight. But I mean, I just
because
thought
everybody wants a straight boy.
not everybody. I don't think everybody wants a straight boy.
Name me 5 people who don't.
I don't. I can't think of any right now.
Exactly.
Whatever. But I just like, oh, he's a straight designer of women's clothes.
Yeah.
I just think that was nice, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not saying he's straight. I still don't know. I'm just like, it clicked in my head. I was like, oh,
Well,
maybe
that's
he's
like
straight.
Ralph Lauren.
Is he straight? Oh yeah, he has
His
kids.
daughter has
Yeah, Dylan's candy bar.
Dylan's candy bar.
Okay. Well, I mean, it can happen. I know, but
It can't. It's rare, but it can.
I just thought it was interesting, and so I just wanted to point that part out.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, I feel like Edmund, Lindsay, Kelly, and Amanda, the lavender girl here. I feel like one of those will at least make it to the end. Hopefully.
Probably.
Okay, so I've been geeking out about Big Brother all summer, and so I just need to express my feelings about this because I feel like I'm in the minority of Team Vanessa. Everybody hates her. I don't get it. Like, I'm on Twitter, and so many people are so against her, and
Yeah, but
I
that's
don't
how it
get
usually
it.
is. You go for the underdogs, and she's.
But
like,
she has been like the master manipulator this season. Like last season with Derek, he controlled everything, and
But-
everybody liked him. And
Right.
they both lied about their jobs too. Like there's so many like similarities I think to parts of this anyways between Derek and Vanessa.
Yeah.
But Vanessa is much more of a emotional player. Like she cries all the time.
Yeah.
Like she cries at least once a
But
day.
you have to think.
And she's a girl.
You watch the live feeds, don't you?
Yeah. I
You
will
have the
say.
live feed, so you're seeing what most of America
But
is.
no, still, when I'm on Twitter, I'm talking to these people who are
Who watch the live feeds?
who watch the live feeds, and they hate her, and I just don't get it at all.
I don't know.
I'm just like, she is playing.
good
She's a
player.
force to be reckoned with.
She's a very good
And-
player. That's probably because nobody likes a bitch. Nobody likes a woman who
But I
has
mean,
a,
people
has a
liked
stone
Rachel.
vagina.
People liked Janelle.
Rachel.
Rachel, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Rachel.
Oh, my lips are the size of donuts.
Be nice. I love Rachel.
I know, she's fun.
Okay, so I'm Team Vanessa. If you don't like Team Vanessa, then you can stop listening right now.
I think I have to agree. I'm Team Vanessa.
Yeah, because she wears a snapback too, and a beanie. I mean,
Yeah.
I love people in hats.
Yeah.
Okay, so to recap what happened this week, with no spoilers from the live feeds, because I know not everybody does that, so I don't want to give anything away. Coming off the double eviction where we lost Meg, and James, Steve won the head of household, and he took the hit at Oz Twins Alliance, which is Austin, Liz, and Julia and Liz are the twins. And so he nominated Austin and Liz, which are officially boyfriend and girlfriend, and it is the most nasty thing I have seen for showmans on Big Brother.
It's weird. It's like
I mean, Liz has said that she likes him for his personality and not his looks.
can't be
like
anything else.
Right, and she hates his ponytail beard. I hate the
it's
ponytail
so
beard.
nasty.
Like,
But trying to picture him without it, it's still just as nasty. So you might as well have it.
I know, but I just don't get the relationship, and I don't think it's gonna last.
Weird.
Especially because he had a girlfriend going into this.
Yeah.
I don't know, if I was on Big Brother and for some reason they had another gay guy in the house with me and we were fooling around or whatever, I wouldn't make him my boyfriend while I was in the house. I'd want to like figure everything else about him once we were out.
No, it's not like they're gonna last. Who was the couple
Last season?
Yeah.
Hayden and Nicole.
Hayden, are they still?
Yeah, they're still together.
They're still okay.
Yeah, I see pictures of them on Instagram all the time and I'm like, oh.
Speaking of Hayden and Nicole, nothing will beat that season for me, so I'm just not feeling it. Not feeling this season. Not.
I
Feeling
mean,
it.
you really thought BB16 was the best season?
Well,
I mean, that's one of the
not
only
the
ones
best,
you watched.
but coming from, if I had to pick between the two.
Oh, I mean, I
This-
like last season better because I
Yeah.
liked everybody. This season, everybody's just kind of boring.
Yeah.
I mean, there's people that I like Vanessa, awesome, but there's nobody that's like,
It's no
Yes!
memorable people. Like, I don't even like Frankie, but I would take Frankie back over.
right.
The
Like last year,
majority
we
of
had
these
like
people.
Frankie, we had
There's
Zach,
a
we
lot
had
of personality,
Christine.
yeah.
Christine.
Oh,
I
Christine. I love
Christine.
Christine.
Oh, Christine. Glasses are sexy. Okay, so Austin and Liz are nominated at the Power Veto Challenge. Queen Vanessa, I'm calling her Queen Vanessa because she is just a queen in my
Queen
eyes.
V.
Queen V. Hashtag. Okay, so in the Power Veto, they got to pick who they were going to compete against. And Vanessa told Julia to pick Austin, which they're both in an alliance together. And she was like, just pick him It'll make more sense for you in the game. Just trust me. Just trust me. As they're like competing, and Julia freaked out and listened to Vanessa, which was stupid on her part because if Julia ended up winning this thing, she could have saved her sister, and Vanessa could have won gone. But Vanessa just like worked her magic, and I was just like, yes. And Austin ended up winning the power veto, and so he used it on himself. And Steve replaced Austin with Julia, so both of the twins were nominated for eviction. And in the end, they unanimously, oh my god, I can't say that word. It was a 3-0 vote to get Julia out. And for a while, I didn't think it was the smartest move to get rid of Julia because Liz was dating Austin, and they're like a strong duo. But after thinking about it, I feel like for Vanessa, she can easily work the two other people. Like, because the remaining people, it's Austin and Liz, and Steve and Johnny Mac.
Right.
And she can easily pick between each duo still. So it'll be interesting to see who wins head of household and how that all unfolds. So yeah. So your pick to win is Vanessa because...
Always
Always?
Always with the
like, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous for her. Like, there's like a week and a half left of the show, and I'm like nervous all the time that she's going to lose.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
I don't let it
I get into it.
night.
I freak out about this stuff, and so yeah.
That's why it's my reality recap, because it's what you do.
Yes, it is. Okay, so I think I'm done talking for a little bit. What do you think?
I guess
I think I've covered everything that I want to talk about. I feel good. I feel like it was a good therapy session for me.
That was really good. I feel like lighter. My shoulders feel lighter.
It's like doing yoga.
Yeah, it was.
Namaste.
Now I don't have to do yoga anymore.
Or for the day.
No, anymore.
You should do yoga every damn day. That's what it's a hashtag. Yoga every damn day.
day.
Okay, so thank you for joining me, NADI.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Why don't you plug yourself? You just released a song.
I did just release a single. It's called Gold, and you can find it at officialnadi.com, anywhere on iTunes, Amazon Music, pretty much
Google,
any of the main
Spotify.
any of the main places online. And check it out. Check me out on Vivo. Just go to my website and you'll see me.
So what if people want to like follow you on Instagram or tweet you? What is your handle?
Official NADI.
Official NADI.
Yeah, same as my website.
Wow.
Official NADI.
Oh.
Yeah. Follow me. I'll give you
Everybody
some love.
should do some love.
Some loving.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Well, if you liked what you heard, please click subscribe and give me a 5-star rating on this podcast. That'll make me feel really good inside. I want to keep the conversation going with all of you, so tweet me at Michael with a Y or hashtag MYRR to let me know all of your thoughts and feelings about the shows we talked about today, and also what shows you want me to talk about in the future. Make sure to keep up with me on social media, and you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Michael with a Y. Don't forget to smile, and remember, glasses are sexy.